perseverance and hopefully highlight and motivate you to copy what Ben's story will show you in a minute. Let's talk about a trampoline economy. Let's share something from John Burns. And then finally, folks, we've got more fraud in the syndication space. This time it is alleged Nightingale Properties is being in by the DOJ and SEC for swindling $65 million from LPs for 2 properties that never closed, folks. The list is going to get longer and longer. Folks, we got started early today because I am excited for our 8 a.m. event. At 8 a.m. this morning, we are going to go for 2 hours where I take 500 people through how I would get started in real estate investing today. More importantly, I want to announce for everyone who didn't register in time, good news. I have decided to post the video at 1 o'clock Pacific today. We are going to post this on the Daily Financial News channel. This is my new YouTube channel. We are 11 people away from 1,000. So if you could help me get to 1,000 subscribers on that channel, I would appreciate it. Then the next step is I need to get 4,000 watch hours. So why not put a 2-hour-long video that I think will change lives on the new channel? So set your alarm, 1 o'clock Pacific today. You are going to have access to that video on the Daily Financial News channel. I will put a link below to the channel. Please subscribe, and more importantly, enjoy the video. I wasn't really sure what to do with it, but given that YouTube wants 4,000 hours, I thought it would be a great idea to give back to you and to help get that channel over the hump. So let's talk about Ben. Ben, first off, let me congratulate you for getting your deal. Your card is in the mail, and I have failed to do this the last 2 days. Let's congratulate Joey and Elke for getting your first deal, and Joey for getting your next deal. These cards will go out in the mail today, but let's congratulate Ben. Why is Ben's story interesting? Ben's story is interesting because I want all of you to appreciate this is exactly what I have been telling you. And Josh, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So Ben's story has lots of twists and turns, but I want to give you the highlights because all of you should be executing what Ben did. This is exactly what I am doing. So here's the story. Ben finds a property that he's interested in. It happens to be 2 duplexes on 1 lot, so 4 units. I don't know where he's buying. Actually, I don't know where he's buying. But the property is listed for $245,000. Ben notices that it has been listed for 60 days, right? Days on market. So Ben, following what we've been talking about, writes a disrespectful offer. He writes an all-cash offer at $190,000. Folks, that is 20% off, roughly. He does say $190 cash, no contingencies, close in 10 days. Ben knows this first offer is disrespectful. He is trying to get the sellers to counter. So in this case, the sellers counter. The sellers countered at $239. So they came down $5,000. Ben says, okay, you're interested, you countered, you didn't just tell me to pound sand. He goes back at $200K cash, no contingencies, or $215 with the rights to do inspections and all of that. So $200K cash, no contingencies, let's go. $215 home inspection, the works. The seller says, no thanks, we're going to take another offer. So at this point, Ben is out. This is where the work begins. This is exactly what I hope you pick up from this. Ben never stops watching the property. Just because it goes pending does not mean it's closed. I have bought 30% of our stuff not being the highest bidder, but being persistent. So what happens? After almost 60 days, Ben notices the property is getting shaky and eventually falls out of escrow. So, okay, so write a disrespectful offer, get a counter, you counter, they go somewhere else, 60 days later, property's back. Agent reaches out to Ben, or Ben's agent, and says, seller will take $215, no contingencies. Remember, Ben's last offer was $200, no contingencies. They counter $209, right? Remember, it started at $245. So now we're at $209. Ben accepts $209. Ben does the inspections. Notices roughly there's 20 grand, 18 grand, I guess he said, in work to be done. Ben goes back knowing that the deal fell out before and says, you know what? I don't want all of the 18 grand. I want you to split it with me. The sellers begrudgingly agree. The sellers wanted out. They were mentally checked out of the property. So, because Ben was persistent, because he knew his numbers, because he knew what a great deal was, ultimately, Ben got the property for 200 grand cash. Now again, this is just an awesome story. This is the number that Ben wanted all along. It's just a process, folks. Sellers sometimes have to go through an evolution. And sometimes, folks, they have to go dance with someone else, and then they feel jilted or whatever, and then the motivation rises. So again, I know it takes work. I know it takes follow-up. Here's the deal. Any idiot could have bought the property for $245. If you follow what we do at one rental at a time, if you follow what Ben did exactly right, we're not idiots. We are okay writing disrespectful offers. We are okay with follow-up. We are okay with being told we're second best. We just keep doing what is right for us. So if you follow one rental at a time, I hope you understand what Ben did took time, took persistence. And here's the deal. Ben was looking at other properties. He wasn't banking on this one. As far as he knew, this deal was dead, but he still had it on the spreadsheet. We are going to talk about my spreadsheet in this 2-hour session, which you will get again at 1 p.m. Pacific on the new channel. I'm giving it all away. It's all there for you. So again, tune into that. You will appreciate that. So again, Ben, which one is it? Ben, congratulations for getting your deal. But let's not forget Joey and Elke. Elke, here's your golden ticket, buddy. I'm sorry it took me a while to get it out to you, but it's going in the mail today. All right, let's get that done. So what else is going on today? Have you heard about a trampoline economy? I hadn't heard about a trampoline economy either. Apparently, Vincent Dullard, Global Macro Strategy, is basically saying the U.S. is in for really a hard landing as stocks and housing collapse. What is it? What is a trampoline economy? This is basically what it is. Hey, we shut down the economy, falls off a cliff, we hit a trampoline, bounce higher because of all the stimulus and money raining from the heavens. We bounce up, it's artificial, and of course, what happens after that? You fall back down. Again, Vincent Dullard says that the pain will be paramount in January or February. We'll see. I don't know. I personally feel we're very much like a rolling recession where parts of the economy are coming and going. It is not lost on me that the U.S. consumer has record credit card debt. It is not lost on me that student debt repayments are starting. None of this is lost on me. But again, I go back to that new fact we shared a week or two ago that 89% of our debt is fixed. If you told me 50% of our debt was variable, the economy would be over. Done. We would have a housing collapse. That's just not how our debt structure is. Our debt structure predominantly is fixed. So, we shall see. But I thought the trampoline economy was an interesting twist, so I read that article. How about John Burns? Love John Burns. John Burns is a must follow on Twitter. He puts out a lot, him and his team put out a lot of great research. He said, did you know, and I did not know, 34.4 million Americans own their home outright. 34.4 million Americans own their home outright. They are not locked in. If they want to sell and move and buy somewhere else, they can absolutely do that. 25% of American households, house is free and clear. I thought that was a very surprising number. How about more fraud, more fraud, more fraud? Dude, all I got to say is I warned you this was coming. You can go back and watch some of my videos from last year. I was warning about syndications. I was warning LPs that you lost your money and you didn't know. What I find really amazing is a year ago, a lot of folks replied with, no, we're good. I'm in a good syndication. My guy's got experience, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, just wait. Just wait. Now, again, not all syndications are fraud. I am not saying that. What I am saying is some of you bet on the wrong horse. Some of you bet on horses that under stress do stupid things. Nightingale Properties apparently raised something like $65 million. This is according to the DOJ and SEC, as reported on Real Deal. The Real Deal is a great follow on Instagram if you're not following. It's like Days of Our Lives. It's like soap opera, all the fraud in these syndications. Apparently, they raised $60 or $65 million for 2 deals that never closed. The money, poof, vanished. Not good. Another question for you. Do you know how old the average millionaire is? Apparently, the average millionaire is 67 years old. I had no idea. Remember my equation to get wealthy? Dry powder, become elite, 10 years. If you choose to become elite at real estate investing, and it does take work, it does take commitment, it does take time, you can become a millionaire before you're 67. I would think, let me just think back. Probably 2011 or 12. So after 8 or 9 years, again, we were investing in the crash, but we still got there in 8 or 9 years. So again, it's definitely out there for you. Let's talk about, let's see, what else do we got? Oh, Barron's. Barron's is talking about, this is funny to me. How long have we talked about inflation because of housing? And then we talked about housing getting better in August and rolling forward. Now Barron's is saying the exact same thing this weekend. Barron's is saying housing is keeping inflation high, but relief is coming. Barron's, thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for putting that out there. But yes, I found that really, really interesting. How about one more thing? Do you know the 5 most expensive cities to live as an expat? Actually, in the top, I did the top 6. 4 of them are in Switzerland. Anybody watching this from Switzerland? Leave a comment below. Apparently, it's very expensive to live there as an expat. Number 6 was Bern. 5, Basel. 4, Geneva. Number 3, Zurich. So that leaves number 1 and number 2. Any guesses on the most expensive cities? And I would have actually guessed both of these. I visited both these places. They're both wonderful cities, very expensive. Number 2, Singapore. If you ever get a chance to go to Singapore, enjoy the food. It is amazing. We've stayed at that big ship hotel. It's a couple of times, really spectacular. And the number 1 city for expats is Hong Kong. Yes, folks, Hong Kong. So again, folks, remember, in about 15 minutes or so, we are going to do the 2-hour deep dive review of how to get started today, how I am going to get started today. You will be able to watch this on the new channel, Daily Financial News, at 1 p.m. Pacific. Please subscribe. Please watch the video. We hopefully, knock on wood, would go over 1,000 videos or 1,000 subscribers today. We are 11 short, so help me get there. 2, we have to get 4,000 watch hours. I think putting up a 2-hour video full of value will help us do that. And then let's not forget the main channel. We are 302. Folks, we are 302 subscribers from 50,000. This has been a 3-year journey. It is almost here. 302. There's a chance we do it today. If you hit that subscribe button and become one of the 302, you could tell your friends you were a part of the 50,000. I suspect we will get there probably Wednesday, Thursday. But boy, I'd love to get there today. So subscribe, ask your friends to join. I'm going to shut this down because I am so excited to get the 2-hour session going, folks. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Josh, thank you for the super chat. One more time, let's congratulate people doing the work. Elke, your golden ticket. Joey, your next deal. And of course, Ben, thank you for the write-up. I know there were a lot more twists and turns in your story, but you showed us what grit, follow-up, knowing your numbers. Congratulations. Bye.